As a writer, I love to have pillows everywhere. And I'm here at the St. Regis and there are lots of pillows. There's a huge couch here, kind of a bench near a window here, out to the pool. As a prolific writer, it is very important to be able to figure out how to write wherever you are. Pillows actually are very comfortable for me as a writer. What I like to do is just get all comfortable and prop up my feet. There's all kinds of really good pillows here. While I'm here in Singapore, I decided to go visit the Moleskine store. It is super close to where I'm staying here at the St. Regis Hotel, just down Tanglin Road over to Orchard. But Moleskine is a product, it's a company that I have loved for many years, and actually they don't even know who I am. Maybe they have some receipts with my name on it, but even then they probably don't, because I think nearly all of the Moleskine products that I've bought over the years have been purchased from bookstores and stationery shops and that sort of thing. There is a Moleskine store here in Singapore that is just a Moleskine store. I really enjoyed visiting this store. As a writer, I love paper. I have been using Moleskine journals for decades. I always carry these little ones like this with me where I go. I've been traveling with these little journals, I don't even know, like I said, decades. They've gone to many, many countries with me. I have them in many different colors. Even though I have gotten to be more paperless for sure over the years and use a lot of electronic things, there are times when I still just like to jot something down on a piece of paper. And one of the reasons I wanted to go to the Moleskine store here is because they do have their own smart pen, smart tablet system. They've had it out for several years, but I hadn't seen it in action. I just haven't come across any stores that actually had it where you could play with it and test it. So I was thrilled that I could do that. There are quite a few options for writers who still love paper, but then also want to be able to transfer what they do on paper into digital format where you can search for certain words. So it does help to speed things up if you do have a lot of handwritten journals. This little notebook, I love how the graph paper notebooks, the actual lines for the graphs are really light. A lot of times when I buy graph paper, the graph lines are too dark for my liking. But with these Moleskine journals, it's really light, and so it feels like, I don't know, I'm kind of like a design artist. I've done interior design. I like to do kind of doodling or Zentangling, or I just like to be able to sometimes do little lines and drawings, and sometimes I do check boxes. This page here has check boxes. So I like the squares that they have, even more so than the lined paper. And the blank paper's fine too. But what's so nice about Moleskines is they have so many different journals, in small journals in so many different colors. They have not only in different colors, they have them in different sizes. So I have journaled in the bigger ones over the years as well. I use these a lot. This size this is typically what I will just actually journal in. I did get a few, I stocked up a little bit. I got this, and the other thing that I got in today's world with Instagram and doing things square, I thought this was a really nice art notebook with detachable pages. So it does come square, which I just thought was just awesome. So I can do a little piece of art, snap a photo of it, publish it on Instagram. This one also has detachable pages and totally plain paper. I also do soul collage, so what I like about this one is it is about 5 by 8. In fact, this one is even better because this is a sketch album with 88 detachable pages, and it is 8 1/4 by 5 inches. So that little 1/4 inch, by the time I detach it, in soul collage we use 5 by 8 as a standard size, so we could turn it either way, but by the time I detach the page, it's going to be almost that same standard size 5 by 8 index card size. But I can have all the pages here, do a note in here. If I want to tear it out, I can, and add it to my other soul collage deck, then I can do that too. But so Anyway, these are all terrific Moleskine journals, all detachable pages, and all 3 were on sale yesterday. So I am super excited. I was so happy to be able to see the store, and they even gave a bag for free. I live in California now. You don't get any bags for free in California anymore. You pay at least 5 or 10 cents. And it has their nice logo. I think that's the first time I ever got a Moleskine bag anyway. That's kind of cute. And I have lots and lots. I have a whole little shelf of Moleskine journals from over the years when I was journaling in Europe and anyway throughout the world, taking notes in lots of places. So I will truly treasure that. But so these little ones that I travel with, what I like is I can fit it into a little bag with my pens. So when I'm traveling, I can kind of keep everything together. And I stuffed probably some extra pens in here. I just didn't clean it out before we headed over here to Singapore. But you know, if you're a writer, you don't want to get caught without a pen, right? How many writers can relate to that? You don't want to get caught without a pen or paper. Even if you have your tablet with you or your phone with you, or a keyboard that goes with your phone, whatever you have, a lot of writers still like having paper, and I happen to be one of them. It's interesting, they say that they're a legendary store, and I believe that's true. They're legendary. Their notebooks are open-ended, and they're beautiful, and you can use them to write anything. They also have a lot of specialized journals. If you're interested in food, if you're a foodie, for example, they have notebooks where you can keep track of your recipes, or you can keep track of the restaurants that you've gone to and things that you've eaten, restaurants that you love. They have notebooks with music lines. So for musicians who are out there, you can write your music in the notebooks. They have a number of, in fact, some of these that I got, this is a sketch album. So these two are sketch albums in 2 different sizes, the 5x8 and then the 19 by 19 centimeters, 7.5 by 7.5 inches. But these are for artists or people who like to use colorful pencils, maybe watercolors. You can use a lot of different mixed media probably on these. And they've also been known for travel journals. So they make a number of different notebooks that have specific cities. Of course, it's all the big cities, New York and Paris and London, whatnot. But you can take any of their blank notebooks and turn it into whatever you want. Some of their notebooks have the alphabet through them, where you can alphabetize the books that you've read, for example, if you want to keep some notes on some of your favorite books. They have, I wasn't even aware of this, I noticed that they have specific Moleskines for keeping a wedding journal or a baby journal. And they even have personalized journals there. They will embellish or they will print on a notebook whatever you want to have printed. So maybe I should try that. I bought these notebooks yesterday. It didn't even cross my mind. I don't know if they print on these cheaper thin papers or if you have to have one that's more of a hardcover. I didn't even ask. But right up at the register there was a big machine where they actually print on the journals. One thing I liked about the store here in Singapore is it was kind of an end cap store. So kind of like Times Square in New York City, where it comes up to a point in the mall, because you can meander over at Orchard Road if you go down underground in Singapore. You can meander down through all of those shops and get lost very quickly and easily. But at their shop, it kind of came to a point, and to me that was just the perfect location for a Moleskine store, because it wasn't in a box, it wasn't square, it wasn't fixed. It kind of had a rounded entrance and felt very open, like it was just welcoming. Come on in, come check us out. And to me, that's exactly what a Moleskine journal is. It's a blank piece of paper. You can go wherever you want with it. As a writer, we can look at a blank page 2 ways. Number one, we can look at it with fear and writer's block and say, oh my goodness, I don't know what to say on this page. Another way, and maybe another time when we're in a different spirit, we're excited, we can't wait to get to the page and write down what we're thinking, and whether it's journaling for emotions or the excitement of sharing an experience, or taking some notes for things we want to do or see when we're traveling, or maybe writing down a recipe from a family member that we love. There's so many, anything is possible on a piece of paper, right? It's like waking up in the morning to a fresh day. Anything can happen on this day. Like imagine if you're You're sleeping on a bed of white sheets, right? And you wake up in the morning and you see that white sheet. That's what it's like as a writer. You wake up in the morning and you look at that white sheet and you just say, okay, here it is. It's a blank sheet. And where do I want to go with this day? Where do I want to go with this next page? I can go anywhere. That blank sheet has so much exploration. It helps me to clarify as I write things out in journal. It helps me to clarify what's most important for that day and what I need to do. I can't say enough about having a blank page. And as a writer, what's so nice about Moleskine is they give us so many options. If you're just taking this is about this. This can fit in my wallet. For many years, I actually carried it in my wallet. Carried like the wider wallets. Right now, like I said, I'm kind of putting it in here with my pens, and then this is a small little piece that I put into whether I'm carrying a backpack, when I'm out on a photo shoot or writing or whatever. But a lot of writers think, oh, I need to have my desk and my computer and my blank wall or my inspirational quotes where I sit at my desk. But I do think it's really important if you want to write a lot, if you want to be a prolific writer, it's important to be able to write pretty much anywhere, whether you're on a plane, in a hotel room, in a restaurant, in a coffee shop. Some writers say they love a coffee shop. The thing is, you're just going to get different things when you write in different places. What's so interesting about writing in different places, as I was walking to the Moleskine store, and I was walking on Tanglin Road, I noticed something that was very familiar from when we lived in China, which is these concrete rectangles that are kind of slabs along the sidewalk. And what's so smart about these is that you can pick up these slabs, and if they need to do any maintenance under the sidewalk, they can get right down there to, I don't know, whatever pipes and wires and things it takes to run a city. They can just lift that up. It's funny because where we live, recently they've been doing some construction across the street, and there has been a lot of jackhammering. They have jackhammered up part of the pavement on the street a number of times, and maybe it's unavoidable. I don't know. I'm sure they do that in Asia and many other countries as well. But as much as possible, things change. Things need to be repaired. So it's nice to be able to kind of just lift up that part of the sidewalk and go down and make the change or repair. And as a writer, I thought this was interesting because it reminded me of how these blocks of notebooks, right? These are like stepping stones in our lives, right? We go along and we create these stories and these writings, and we can reach in at any point and grab a story and edit it and copy it and make some changes. I mean, that's the nature of life, is change and editing. And so I just thought it was interesting when I saw that sidewalk, because I don't remember ever seeing those in the United States anywhere. Now maybe they're there and I just have never noticed, or they're in cities that I haven't been to or didn't notice. But I just thought it was really interesting how it was sort of like the notebooks, and they're perfectly sturdy. You can walk over the sidewalks and whatnot, but it does allow them to get in and edit and make changes, and still allow the sidewalks to be perfectly usable. So if they had to go in and make a change, they could lift that up, go down, make their repair, make their change, put it back in, put it back into place, and continue on with the day. And no jackhammer noise, no nothing. Life is all about change, improvement, editing, repairs. We should just expect it to be that way. Another thing that was interesting when I was walking to the Moleskine store is, as I was walking again from the St. Regis over to Orchard Road, in front of the Hilton, there's a man there with sword. And of course you've heard the phrase before, the pen is mightier than the sword. It was just ironic to me to see that there. As a writer, I think that Moleskine is a terrific company to be able to write anywhere, whether you're traveling internationally, like I'm here in Singapore right now, or you're just doing a day trip somewhere near home or a weekend getaway, whatever. It is so easy to grab one of these little notebooks, or even their smart notebook, their smart set, and go with it. Pick up, have what you need to write. This is so lightweight. If you were going to go for a hike through the mountains or whatever, it would be so easy to take one of these and put it in your backpack. Even one of these small ones, you could put this, if you have some of those hiking pants where you got the pocket down the side, or big back pockets, or if you have a jacket with a pocket, you could take this, and even if you write a lot and filled one of these up in a day, at least you would have it with you and in a nice little notebook format. These I typically use for smaller notes. Every now and then, if I get a really good idea for a story or something I really want to share, I'll actually sit down and write, but I typically use this style for notes and lists, or if I run into somebody and they have something they want to tell me, and maybe my cell phone battery is low or it's across the room or something, and I have this with me, then I'll just go with this. But anyway, I was super happy to be able to visit a Moleskine store, and I want to thank Moleskine. It's funny in this world of connection and disconnection. I've been a customer of Moleskine for many years, but I've never met anybody personally at Moleskine. And I just want to say thank you to you guys. I mean, who knows, like, how many personal notes and journals, and when these notebooks are made and they go out the door, who knows what's going to end up on these notebooks. Some of my greatest life's memories, some of my greatest struggles, and just trying to talk through things to myself have gone down in these Moleskine journals. Some of my fun memories of travels, it's all written down on Moleskine paper. And I'm sure that's true for a lot of other writers out there. Certainly there are many different kinds of notebooks to take along. I tend to like these notebooks that have spirals. I've used spiral bound notebooks before too, but they do tend to get caught up if you're trying to pull it out of your handbag or purse or backpack or whatever. Sometimes the spiral can get caught on things, or even tear a sweater, for example, if it gets caught on a sweater. But these notebooks are always friendly, soft, easy to pack, easy to slip in and out of things. It's good high quality paper. It doesn't smudge or smear, any of that. Just want to say thank you to Moleskine. And a lot of times we just take for granted. I paid for it, I bought it, it's mine, and I go on with it, right? It's a simple exchange, right? I bought it, I use it. We rarely take the time in life to go back and thank people. Even our closest family members, sometimes we forget to thank them, but certainly with companies. And there's some irony in that today too, because with social media, it's really easy to, they were friendly. When I went to the store, I was snapping some pictures there, and nobody told me to stop taking pictures. I've literally been in stores where they told me to stop taking photos. And now maybe there are some, something they're trying to protect. I don't know. Once you buy a product, you can take it home and take as many pictures as you want. It's nice when they allow you to take photos, because why not? I mean, then you're basically providing free marketing for them. And I suppose that's what I'm doing to Moleskine today. I'm providing free marketing for Moleskine because it's a product I love. I believe in it. I bought these. Moleskine is not sponsoring me to say anything, but I love the company, so just wanted to give a shout out to Moleskine. Thank you.